Hello, and welcome to another After School Kids Lab. Every Wednesday, we do a different activity and post it online. It could be a craft, it could be a science experiment, a skill, or a game. This week, we are going to be doing 3D hand art. For this art project, you need a few things, most of which you probably have at home. First of all, you're going to need some kind of paper. We used white paper, but you could use a different color of paper. Just make sure that you can see when you're writing on it. Speaking of writing, you're going to need something to write with. We used a pencil with an eraser. I am proof that even an adult needs room for error, so it's okay to use a pencil and it's okay to use the eraser. Also, we're going to need some things to color with, but that's only if you want to add color to your drawing. We used colored pencils of many different colors. You're also going to need a ruler or something with a straight edge. So it could be a ruler, or you could try to find something else like the edge of a book or something like that.
Before we begin, let's talk about what 3D means. 3D, or three-dimensional, means an object that has three dimensions: length, width, and height. A three-dimensional shape, for example, is a cube, cone, cylinder, or sphere. A square, rectangle, triangle, and circle, on the other hand, are two-dimensional shapes. They are flat, while three-dimensional shapes have thickness or depth. Our goal is to make our hand look three-dimensional, or more like it exists in the real world, which is 3D as well. The first step to making 3D hand art is to trace a hand. It could be your own hand or someone else's hand. The person whose hand is being traced should stay as still as possible for this step. If you end up having any imperfections such as bumps in your traced hand, you can always erase and redo portions you need to fix. This is where using a pencil comes in handy. No pun intended. Next, you will use a ruler or straight edge to draw lines around the hand. The spacing of these lines is up to you. I ended up adding more lines just to make sure the 3D effect would work. You will then add curved lines over the fingers and hand. You want the end of the curved line to match up with the corresponding straight line that is on the other side. This can get a bit tricky, so again, use your pencil eraser when necessary. Next, I chose to shade the right side of the hand and fingers to add even more dimension. However, this part is optional, and actually at this point everything else is optional. You could leave your 3D hand as is. If you want to add extra color or design to your 3D hand art, however, this is also an option. I wanted to make my hand look kind of like a rainbow. You could choose to just switch back and forth between two colors, or you could even use more colors than I did. It's totally up to you. Some kind of pattern rotating between colors, though, seems to work best. As usual, there are a few questions I want you to ask yourself during and after you've created your 3D hand art. First of all, how could you make your 3D hand art unique? Could you use your favorite colors? Could you add words or shapes in the lines of your artwork? Maybe you want to have really tiny spacing between your lines to add lots of detail. Also, how could you use this 3D art technique in different ways? Maybe you could trace your foot, or trace one of your toys and make it appear 3D. Maybe you want to add more than one object to your 3D design. See what you can come up with. Last of all, let us know how your art turned out. You can even post a photo of your artwork on our Facebook page. We would love to hear about all of your after-school Kids Lab experiences.
Well, we hope you enjoy making your own 3D hand art. Next week, we are going to be doing coding with Legos. So until then, bye!